turn these into these. I am the Great British Chocolatier and you're watching Chocolate Plus. Hello and welcome to another episode of Chocolate Plus. My name is Mark, aka the Great British Chocolatier, and today we are going to make a medley of different items that we've made in other videos because I'm making a sample pack. So we're going to be using milk chocolate, dark chocolate with some white and some pink for decoration. We've got pretzel rods here, we've got Rice Krispy treats, marshmallows, and of course the favourite Oreo cookies, which we're probably going to do those first. And we're going to start off melting some milk chocolate. As you know, these are 12-ounce bags. This is what I call now is a chocolate hack, where you can make and temper chocolate within a minute and a half, because they've taken the cocoa butter out and replaced it with a vegetable oil. Taste is great, and throw it in the microwave for 30 seconds. So let me do that. So yes, it's a very simple process. So we're only going to be making a couple of each item for a sample pack, so that the customer can see all the different things that they can purchase on Chocolate Plus. Now, as you know, it takes 30 seconds. We're doing 3 rounds. That's 3. This is 2. And each time we're going to stir it around. Now, as you see, it's a little bit melted. Some pieces are melted, but you have to stir. You have to stir the chips around, because you want to distribute that heat so it's not all piled up in one part and then burn the chocolate, which is possible. So I'm going to pop it back in for another 30 seconds. And while that's there, I'm going to encourage you, if you haven't already, hit that like, that thumbs up button, leave a comment on something that you'd like to see covered in chocolate, and of course don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell and share it, of course, because we're entering into the season of chocolate as the colder months come ahead. And as you know, I call October Chocktober, which to me is the start of the chocolate season. Okay, so here we go. This is round 2. As you see, it's melted a whole lot more now. Still not quite there. And this is what's so good about these chocolate wafers that you can pick up at Michael's or any craft store. They even have them at Walmart. There's different brands. You're going to pick the one that you like. The one that I'm using is a Sweet Tooth Fairy, and I think this is a very good tasty chocolate, very easy to work with. Wilton's, and I think it's Mekans is another one. Merkins, there you go. Anyway, so there we go. Don't worry about chocolate on the fork. It will come out on the next batch. So I'm going to place this here and throw it back in for another, what is it, 30 seconds. And that's all the heating up that you're going to do on this round. 3 bursts of 30 seconds. 30 seconds stir, 30 seconds stir, 30 seconds stir, and the chocolate will be melted by then. Enough for you to dip quite many whatever items of Oreos, Pretzels, or whatever you choose to dip in the chocolate. You don't want to put it in a 4th time, because at this stage you're just going to keep on stirring. If you see chunks in there, like it is on a fork or spoon that you use, you're just going to keep vigorously stirring until all that chocolate is melted. Of course, you don't have to just melt 1 bag. You can melt 2 or 3 bags if you're making a big batch. But it's exactly the same. If you have 3 bags of chocolate in here, you're going to put 30 seconds, stir, 30 seconds, stir, 30-second stir. So it doesn't matter how many bags you, I mean, I've never put more than 4 bags in at a time because my bowl don't hold that much. But it's the same process. It should not and will not need a full 30 seconds. It only needs 1.5 minutes in total. And you want to get that nice, look at that. That nice smooth consistency now that all the chocolate, as you see, is melted. And that's just what we want. So let me move things around here. And as you've seen before, you take your Oreo and drop it in, giving it a chocolate bath. And I like to roll it around, getting into all the sides, because the sides don't always get filled with chocolate. So I wiggle it about a bit in there, dunk it down a few times, really getting into all, as you see that, oops, if it falls off the fork, that's fine. And there we go. Tap it down a bit, get some of that excess chocolate off. But extra chocolate is good chocolate and it's going to taste great. And we just gently top it down on the wax paper. You can use wax paper or parchment paper, and both is good so that it doesn't stick to the tray. And like I said, I'm just going to do a couple, 3 or 4 of these, about 4 of these in the milk. In fact, this batch I'm just going to do milk chocolate since I've melted all the milk. And that's it. And then we just drop it down. And then, like I said, I'm just using a kitchen fork. You could go to the store and get yourself a dipping fork and ladle thing, if you so wish, but forks are fine. If you want to use your hands, that's good too. You're just going to have to make sure you scrape off the chocolate off of your glove, because you want one for the chocolate and one for the dry goods. So we're just going to make 4, and then I'm going to go into opening up the marshmallows. And so normally I don't do small batches in one. I make a whole bunch of the same item, but a customer wants a sample, so I've got to give them the samples. Remember, customer is always right. Okay, so we've got 4 of those. Let's save those for next time for the dark chocolate. Okay, now for the marshmallows. Exactly the same process. As you know, you're just going to throw them in and roll them around. I'm going to roll them around like that. If I can get this light in the right position. Like that. And try to get the bottom of it. And then we're going to tap away slightly. Trying to get some of that excess chocolate off. And then we're just going to turn it upside down and pat down the top like so. Okay, so I'm going to do 4 of these as well. Normally I have music. Soon I'll be playing some Christmas songs, because I usually always make Christmas. I don't make Christmas. I make chocolate during the Christmas season, and so I usually have that playing in the background. Of course, the first chocolate holiday we got is Halloween, where we'll be making some in a few weeks. Some chocolate items that have some monsters and funny-eyed confections, all going to taste great and wonderful. So be sure to tune into that. Okay, there we go. And just make sure, like I missed some spots, that you cover all the sides of chocolate. You can always go back if an air bubble. Sometimes air bubbles will pop up on the Oreos, and then you just hit them on the side there and cover it with chocolate. So basically you're giving a nice chocolate bath, making sure all the whole in this case marshmallow is completely enrobed in the chocolate. This is something that you can easily make at home. I'm in my home and I'm making chocolate. I think people appreciate handmade items more than the machine-made ones, and so I'm gonna make maybe six or eight in here, because everything that's made by hand is usually made with a bit more attention to detail and made with a lot of care and love. So I've been making chocolate confections now for way over 10 years now. Been more in the public eye for the last 3 years, going to Christmas markets and fall festivals, and people have always enjoyed the creations that I make, and it's fun. And there we go. Let's do 2 more. So I want to have enough for the Rice Krispie treats, and of course I'm going to do the last with pretzel rods, because pretzels have salt in them, and so if I do have to I'm getting all tongue-tied today, aren't I? If I do have to make more than one item in the same batch of chocolate, I always do the pretzels last because of the salt. And salt is good for, it'd be good for all the other stuff I'm dipping in chocolate, but I just like to only keep the salt with the pretzel. And if some cookie crumbs fall into the marshmallows, that's absolutely fine, and no problem at all. So we stick that down like that, pat down the top, and you're going to see a bit of a puddle on these things. So let's put these to one side, and let's grab ourselves a Rice Krispie treat. So if I can get into the box, there we go. I'll just do a couple of them, and then I'm going to do the pretzel one. Alright, so we just throw it again. So in there, the chocolate is still soft enough. I may have to put it back in the microwave again for another 15. If you do have to reheat it after about 5-10 minutes of working with the chocolate, you're going to want to put it back in the microwave. And we're only going to put it in for about 10-15 seconds. Making sure all the sides are covered. As you see, look at that. I mean, you could eat it now, but you'd be covered in chocolate. Then you'd have a lot of chocolate on your face. But that's okay too. Alright, so I'm going to pop this back in the microwave for 10 seconds. And just give it a that. And we should have enough to do this, and about 4 pretzels. And then we're gonna pop them into the microwave. Nope, I do that a lot. We're gonna pop them into the refrigerator, where they're gonna cool down for about 10 minutes, 10-15. You don't really want to go more than, I would say, just 10 minutes max, because then sometimes if it's in there longer, you're going to start getting some white streaks on the candy, and it doesn't change the flavor. It's just, it doesn't always look appealing to see little white streaks on them, but sometimes they disappear in time. Okay, so I think that's completely covered, and then we just drop it down next to the other one. Okay, now I may have enough pretzels. I mean, have enough chocolate for pretzels. We'll see. I'm only going to do 2. So I'll get the bag open. There we go. And let me see if I got a. There we go. I often have a small, just so I can keep it at a tilt, like so. I'm going to get the spoon. To help me out with this one, because I've got to scrape down these sides. Spare not any chocolate. We don't waste chocolate. We use every piece we can as possible. There we go. Okay, so you're going to grab the pretzel, like we showed you before, and drizzle it around by twisting the pretzel around, if you remember. I have a full video on this, and I'm basically just moving the chocolate down as I'm tapping the spoon or the fork and giving it a ripply effect on the pretzel rod. And that's completely covered. And then we're just going to lay them down like so. And yeah, we've got plenty of chocolate to do a few more. So that worked out pretty well. No, I learned the other day that pretzels come unsalted, which I didn't know that. I thought all pretzels were salted. But I was told that they are unsalted pretzels. And when I was in the store yesterday, I saw a whole bunch of pretzel bowls that were unsalted. I didn't buy any. I didn't buy any, but I'm going to. I just needed to have a small amount for this order. Where they ordered the chocolate bark, the coconut and almond bark, and a sample pack. So this fork is now in the way. All right, so we can do another one because we got more chocolate. So that's good. You can just see we got 4 Oreos, 8 Marshmallows, 2 Rice Krispy treats, and 4 pretzel rods. So you definitely can knock out a whole bunch of covered items for a 12-ounce pack. Alright, so we're just going to put that down there and move this here. That's going to go into a piping bag because we're going to pipe some more chocolate over the top of this. But let me show you that there. And so you see a little bit of a puddle forming. Puddles, chocolate puddles are fine, just means more chocolate. These will start to dry up a bit more. So I'm going to pop these in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes and I'll be right back. Don't go away. Okay, there we go. I'm going to pop it in the fridge, take the other ones out. I'll be right back. And we're back. Hello again. As you see, we have the dark chocolate here. The milk chocolate I had already decorated. I thought the camera was rolling, but it wasn't. But that's okay. And we got dark chocolate. I'm going to do the Oreos. And I'm going to decorate the Rice Krispy treats. See, that threw me off. I went through a whole spiel and now it's unrecorded material. So, I have a white chocolate which is now almost empty. I'm going to put it in there for another 20 seconds because it's already had 3 rounds of 30 seconds. And once you'll see it in the bag, you want to rummage the bag in the first 30 seconds because you can't stir it around. So you're going to shake the bag at first and squeeze it around a bit. Second round, you're going to see it much more melted. And then you're going to squeeze it all up and down inside the bag. And then the third round, again, you're manipulating the bag and pushing the chocolate around, distributing that heat. But that didn't get recorded. You want to hit a very small, cut off a very small tip on the top, on the bottom, not the top, because the top already is a hole. Snip off a tiny piece of the bottom there, and we're just going to gently add pressure. I don't know if you can see it. Let me do it this way around, so that you can see. You're just going to apply a little bit of pressure and gently go back and forth and try and get those lines as straight as possible. If you don't, that's fine. Back and forth. Like I said, handmade items have little imperfections in it. And then we're going to do the same for the pretzels. I like to do these at an angle, like so. They go back and forward. And if you're really good, you get it only on the chocolate and not on the sheet. How do you? So I want to get enough for. And look at it, you're just going back and forth at an angle. And then what I do, I just lift them up and sit them back down. So that white chocolate is now going to be on the bottom of the pretzel, which is good because more chocolate is what? Good chocolate. So should turn it into a hashtag. Alright, so now we're going to come at these at an angle, like so. I'm not going to cover the marshmallows. I'm just going to do these. Okay, don't they look so pretty? Okay, of course I did do the same in the pink. This was giving me a little bit of a hard time earlier. So I twist the top around so it doesn't shoot out that way. Alright, and I'm just going to go the opposite way on here. The hole on this one's a little bit bigger, so I got to lift it up higher. See? Then on the pretzels, I'm just going to go the opposite way. Like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. And so I'm quiet doing this because I was chatting all the way along, and sometimes you're going to have some little chunks in the chocolate, so I just squeeze them out. And I should have made this hole a lot smaller than I did. It's coming out a little bit too fast. I'm going to leave these two, and on these I'm just going to go the opposite way, like so. And that's that. And lift up the pretzels. Then I'm going to move these a little bit. So, move these over here, these over there. And there we go. It looks a bit of a mess, but honestly, once it's all dried up, I'm not going to stick these back in the refrigerator again. I'm just going to let them air dry. Oops. I've got some chocolate on there, but that's okay. It's all good because more chocolate is good chocolate. Waste not, want not. So I'm going to let these dry out on cool off at room temperature. So I'm not going to stick them back in the fridge, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. See you then. Okay, so here's the end result. We've got dark chocolate and we have milk chocolate here. As you saw, it took about 10 minutes a piece. Something very simple that you can do yourself. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit that subscribe and the notification bell, and leave a comment. Tell me what you like the best. Tell me what your favorite chocolate is. Let's start a conversation down in the comments. And of course, I'd love you to share this so that everybody else can have their opportunity to make chocolate from their own home. Like I said, my name is Mark, aka the Great British Chocolatier, and thank you for watching Chocolate Plus.